Have you ever left an interaction feeling unseen, as if your presence faded into a void of subtle dismissal? Not through harsh words, but through cold pauses, averted eyes, or praise that feels like a veiled slight. This is the shadow of hidden resentment, a quiet force that erodes your peace without ever raising its voice. It's the colleague who overlooks your efforts, the friend whose indifference stings, or the faint smirk that undermines your joy. Welcome to Stoic Pulse, where we harness the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus to see clearly and stand firm. Today we'll uncover 12 Stoic signs to recognize this silent hostility, empowering you to protect your dignity with unshakable clarity. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. These signs aren't about others' hearts. They're about guarding your own, ensuring resentment's whispers don't dim your light. From patterns of neglect, like a partner ignoring your milestones, to manipulative betrayals, these lessons will guide you to discern truth from illusion. Stoic wisdom isn't about changing others. It's about mastering yourself, living with purpose despite their shadows. Join me as we explore these Stoic rules, each a step toward inner strength and freedom. If this resonates, subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic insights to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace below to affirm your Stoic journey, and let's begin unveiling the signs of hidden resentment with clarity and courage. Sign 1. The weight of silent rejection. As we embark on this Stoic journey to unmask hidden resentment, we begin with a subtle yet heavy force, the weight of silent rejection. Those who harbor resentment often wield indifference, ignoring your efforts or dismissing your joys, hoping to erode your confidence. Their silence isn't careless. It's a deliberate signal, meant to make you question your worth. With the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we'll uncover this sign as Stoic Pulse guides us to protect our peace with clarity and strength. Picture yourself launching a community newsletter, pouring heart into stories that uplift your neighborhood. You share updates with a colleague, expecting enthusiasm, but they offer only a curt nod, praising others' projects instead. Their silence stings, a quiet dismissal that tempts you to doubt your work. Yet you persist, and the newsletter gains traction, earning local praise. Your colleagues' indifference fades, their resentment revealed as petty. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if something is weighing down your soul, it is because you are holding on to it. Their rejection is not your burden. Let it go, focusing on your purpose. This silent rejection frustrates those who resent you because it expects your retreat. Stoicism teaches us to see patterns clearly. Epictetus says, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their silence is external. Your response is internal, a choice to affirm your value. Keep creating, letting your newsletter success speak. If their dismissal persists, set boundaries calmly, perhaps limiting project discussions, without internalizing their scorn. Seneca advises, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Their indifference reflects their struggle, not your worth. By refusing to carry their weight, you preserve your peace, showing resilience that silences their doubts. Stoic Pulse urges us to see silent rejection as a call to self-mastery. Let their indifference spur your growth, not your doubt. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's continue unveiling the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 2. Using insecurities as weapons. Having unveiled the heavy toll of silent rejection, we now turn to a sharper, more insidious sign of hidden resentment. Using insecurities as weapons. Those who resent your light often strike where you're most vulnerable, planting doubts with subtle remarks that seem harmless but cut deep. Their aim is control, hoping you'll unravel from within. Guided by the Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we'll expose this tactic as Stoic Pulse empowers us to shield our self-worth with unwavering clarity. Imagine you've started a fitness journey, sharing your progress with a friend. Knowing your past struggles with self-doubt, they remark, "You're pushing too hard. Don't burn out like last time." Their tone feigns concern, but the jab stings, reigniting old fears. They expect you to falter, to question your resolve. Instead, you reflect, recommit to your goals, and hit new milestones. Your strength shines, and their words lose power, their resentment exposed as petty. Epictetus teaches, "No one can hurt me, that's my job." Their barbs are external, your confidence is yours to guard. This tactic thrives on repetition, each comment a seed meant to grow doubt. Stoicism urges us to see patterns clearly. Seneca advises, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Their remarks reflect their envy, not your flaws. Keep training, focusing on your progress, not their doubts. If their jabs persist, perhaps another quip about your extreme routine, set boundaries calmly, maybe limiting personal updates without letting their words sway you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." By refusing to internalize their attacks, you disarm their control, proving your resilience. Stoic Pulse calls us to protect our inner sanctuary. Let their attempts to exploit your insecurities fuel your growth, not your fear. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth. And let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 3. The power of silence as rejection. As we deepen our Stoic quest to unmask hidden resentment, having shielded our self-worth from those who weaponize insecurities, we now confront a subtler, more piercing sign: the power of silence as rejection. Those who resent your light often meet your heartfelt moments with a cold void, their indifference cutting deeper than words. This silence isn't accidental. It's a deliberate dismissal meant to make you feel invisible. With the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we'll expose this tactic as Stoic Pulse guides us to trust our clarity and rise above. Imagine you've organized a family gathering, sharing stories of a recent achievement, a promotion earned through years of effort. You turn to a sibling expecting warmth, but they respond with a blank stare, changing the topic without a word. Their silence wounds, a quiet signal that your joy doesn't matter. They hope you'll shrink, questioning your worth. Instead, you reflect, continue engaging with others, and let your achievements glow endure. The gathering thrives and their silence fades, their resentment revealed as hollow. Seneca teaches, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Their silence is their burden, not your failing. This cold rejection stings because it denies connection, but Stoicism empowers us to see truth. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their silence is external, your response is internal, a choice to affirm your value. Keep shining, letting your actions, celebrating with others, speak. If their indifference persists, set boundaries calmly, perhaps limiting deep sharing without carrying their rejection. Marcus Aurelius advises, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By trusting your feelings, you disarm their silence, preserving your peace. Stoic Pulse urges us to see silence as a call to self-trust. Let their rejection fuel your resolve, not your doubt. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 4. The comparison game. As we weave deeper into this Stoic odyssey, having confronted the piercing silence of rejection, we now face a subtler, yet equally corrosive sign of hidden resentment: the comparison game. Those who resent your progress often diminish you by praising others while highlighting your flaws, planting seeds of insecurity to keep you small. Their words, cloaked in casual remarks, aim to undermine your confidence. Guided by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, will unmask this tactic as Stoic Pulse empowers us to anchor our worth in truth. Imagine you're pursuing a photography passion, sharing your work at a local art club. A mentor, perhaps envious of your growing skill, constantly praises other members' bold techniques but critiques your safe style, implying you lack creativity. Their comparisons sting, tempting you to doubt your vision. Yet you reflect, refine your craft, and showcase a stunning exhibit. The club celebrates your work, and their critiques fade, their resentment exposed as petty. Marcus Aurelius teaches, true wisdom is the ability to distinguish the accidental from the deliberate. Their comparisons are deliberate, not your failing. Reject their scale. This game thrives on hierarchy, but Stoicism frees us to measure ourselves by our own path. Epictetus reminds us, you become what you give your attention to. Focus on your art, not their praise or scorn. Their words reflect their need for control, not your worth. Keep creating, letting your exhibit's beauty speak. If their comparisons persist, perhaps another jab at your predictable shots. Set boundaries calmly, maybe limiting feedback sessions without internalizing their doubts. Seneca advises, a good conscience is worth more than all the world's applause. By standing firm, you disarm their tactic, preserving your clarity. Stoic Pulse calls us to rise above comparison's trap. Let their attempts to diminish you fuel your purpose, not your fear. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 5. Erosion through repeated wounds. As we journey further through this Stoic exploration, having risen above the corrosive comparisons that seek to diminish us, we now confront a quieter yet deeply damaging sign of hidden resentment: erosion through repeated wounds. Those who resent your progress often inflict small, seemingly trivial slights, dismissive remarks, or overlooked efforts that accumulate like water wearing down stone. These micro wounds, deliberate in their repetition, aim to chip away at your spirit. Guided by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, we'll expose this tactic as Stoic Pulse empowers us to guard our peace with vigilant clarity. Imagine you've joined a local writing group, sharing drafts of your poetry with enthusiasm. A fellow writer, perhaps envious of your creativity, consistently offers faint praise like, "It's nice but not my style," or forgets to acknowledge your submissions while lauding others. Each slight stings, a subtle dismissal that tempts you to question your talent. Yet you persist, refining your craft, and your poems win praise at a public reading. Their faint words fade, their resentment revealed as petty. Epictetus teaches, you become what you give your attention to. Focus on your poetry, not their slights, and let your work shine. These repeated wounds thrive on their subtlety, but Stoicism calls us to see patterns as deliberate. Seneca advises, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Their dismissals reflect their bitterness, not your worth. Keep writing, letting your poem's beauty speak. If their slights persist, perhaps another lukewarm comment at a meeting, set boundaries calmly, maybe sharing less with them without letting their words erode you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By recognizing their intent, you halt their erosion, preserving your confidence. Stoic Pulse urges us to treat small wounds as signals for self-protection. Let their slights spur your resilience, not your doubt. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 6. Withdrawal and passive attacks. As we press forward in our Stoic journey, having fortified our spirit against the slow erosion of repeated wounds, we now face a deceptive sign of hidden resentment: withdrawal and passive attacks. Those who resent your light often retreat from support, offering tepid responses or veiled jabs that sting like hidden thorns. These acts, cloaked in indifference or false innocence, aim to undermine your confidence while evading accountability. With Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus as our guides, we'll unmask this tactic as Stoic Pulse empowers us to stand firm in clarity and purpose. Imagine you're volunteering for a community cleanup, pouring energy into revitalizing a local park. You share your excitement with a cousin, hoping for encouragement, but they respond with a dismissive, "sounds like a lot of work," followed by a quip, "hope you don't overdo it like always." Their withdrawal and subtle jab, masked as humor, seek to dim your enthusiasm. They expect you to waver, but you reflect, redouble your efforts, and the park's transformation earns community praise. Their words fade, their resentment exposed as trivial. Seneca teaches, wounds of the soul are often inflicted by the quiet betrayal of trust. Their attacks are deliberate, not your burden. This tactic thrives on ambiguity, but Stoicism demands we see through the veil. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their withdrawal is external. Your resolve is internal, a choice to affirm your purpose. Keep volunteering, letting the park's beauty speak. If their jabs persist, perhaps another quip about your obsession. Set boundaries calmly, maybe limiting personal updates without absorbing their scorn. Marcus Aurelius advises, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By recognizing their intent, you neutralize their attacks, preserving your peace. Stoic Pulse calls us to rise above passive cruelty. Let their withdrawal fuel your commitment, not your doubt. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 7. Exclusion as a silent weapon. As we advance through this Stoic odyssey, having deflected the veiled jabs of withdrawal and passive attacks, we now face a profoundly isolating sign of hidden resentment: exclusion as a silent weapon. Those who resent your presence often exclude you from moments of connection, leaving you on the outside of shared experiences. This deliberate omission, subtle yet cutting, aims to make you feel dispensable, striking at your sense of belonging. With Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus as our guides, we'll unmask this tactic as Stoic Pulse empowers us to anchor our worth in self-mastery. Imagine you're part of a hiking group, bonding over shared trails and stories. You notice friends planning a weekend trek, but you're never invited, learning of it only through their photos. The exclusion stings, a quiet message that you're not part of their circle. They expect you to retreat, questioning your place. Instead, you reflect, join other hikes, and build new connections, your joy in nature undimmed. The group's mission fades, their resentment exposed as petty. Marcus Aurelius teaches, the opinions of others are fleeting and external. Their exclusion is not your verdict. Affirm your own path. This silent weapon wounds because it exploits our need for community. But Stoicism frees us to see truth. Epictetus reminds us, There is only one way to happiness. Cease worrying about things beyond our will. Their mission is external. Your worth is internal, a choice to seek authentic bonds. Keep hiking, letting new friendships flourish. If their exclusion persists, perhaps another uninvited trip. Set boundaries calmly, maybe focusing on inclusive groups without internalizing their rejection. Seneca advises, a good conscience is worth more than all the world's applause. By walking away with dignity, you disarm their tactic, preserving your peace. Stoic Pulse calls us to rise above exclusion's sting. Let their rejection spur your growth, not your isolation. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 8, neglect and silent disdain. As we forge deeper into our Stoic pilgrimage, having reclaimed our belonging from the isolating sting of exclusion, we now confront a subtler, yet equally corrosive sign of hidden resentment: neglect and silent disdain. Those who resent your light often withhold attention or acknowledgement, ignoring your milestones while celebrating others. This deliberate neglect, veiled as forgetfulness, signals a quiet contempt meant to diminish your value. With Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus as our guides, we'll expose this tactic as Stoic Pulse empowers us to anchor our worth in unwavering clarity. Imagine you've taken up pottery, crafting intricate pieces that reflect your growing skill. You share a proud moment, a piece selected for a local gallery with a close friend, expecting their support. Yet they brush it off with a vague, "That's cool," while enthusiastically praising another's work. Their neglect cuts, a subtle dismissal that tempts you to question your achievement. Instead, you reflect, continue crafting, and your gallery piece earns acclaim. Their disdain fades, their resentment revealed as hollow. Seneca teaches, the quality of a relationship is measured by small, consistent acts. Their neglect is intentional, not your failing. Stand firm in your truth. This silent disdain wounds by its selective absence, but Stoicism calls us to see patterns clearly. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their oversight is external, your worth is internal, a choice to honor your craft. Keep creating, letting your pottery's beauty speak. If their neglect persists, perhaps ignoring another milestone, set boundaries calmly, maybe sharing less with them, without carrying their contempt. Marcus Aurelius advises, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By recognizing their intent, you halt their disdain's impact, preserving your peace. Stoic Pulse urges us to rise above neglect's quiet cruelty. Let their dismissal fuel your purpose, not your doubt. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 9. Manipulation disguised as care. As we delve further into our Stoic odyssey, having shielded ourselves from the quiet contempt of neglect, we now confront a deceptive and corrosive sign of hidden resentment: manipulation disguised as care. Those who resent your progress often cloak their hostility in false concern, twisting your trust to undermine your confidence. These calculated acts, veiled as kindness, aim to control your self-perception and dim your light. With Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus as our guides, we'll expose this tactic as Stoic Pulse empowers us to protect our peace with discerning clarity. Imagine you're launching a small online store, sharing your vision with a mentor you trust. Knowing your fear of financial missteps, they offer advice. Be careful. You're not exactly a business expert. Their words, draped in concern, plant doubt, suggesting you're doomed to fail. They expect you to hesitate, but you reflect, refine your plans, and your store thrives, earning loyal customers. Their manipulation fades, their resentment revealed as petty. Epictetus teaches, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their false care is external, your resolve is internal, a choice to trust your path. This manipulation thrives on exploiting trust, but Stoicism urges us to see through the facade. Seneca advises, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Their concern reflects their envy, not your flaws. Keep building your store, letting its success speak. If their tactics persist, perhaps another helpful warning about risks, set boundaries calmly, maybe seeking advice elsewhere without absorbing their doubts. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By recognizing their intent, you break their control, preserving your clarity and purpose. Stoic Pulse calls us to guard our trust from those who wield it as a weapon. Let their manipulation spur your strength, not your fear. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 10, subtle disrespect revealed. As we navigate further through our Stoic pilgrimage, having unmasked the false care that cloaks manipulation, we now face a pervasive yet understated sign of hidden resentment. Subtle disrespect revealed. Those who resent your light often chip away at your dignity through small, calculated acts, sarcastic remarks or dismissive gestures that seem trivial but sting with intent. These slights, woven into daily interactions, aim to belittle your presence. With Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus as our guides, we'll expose this tactic as Stoic Pulse empowers us to uphold our worth with resolute clarity. Imagine you're leading a study group, diligently preparing notes to share with peers. A classmate, perhaps envious of your initiative, responds with a sarcastic, "Wow, you're really the professor now," their grin masking a jab at your effort. The remark lands like a subtle thorn, tempting you to doubt your contribution. They expect you to shrink, but you reflect, continue leading with purpose, and the group thrives under your guidance. Their sarcasm fades, their resentment exposed as petty. Marcus Aurelius teaches, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Their disrespect is deliberate, not your burden. Stand firm in your role. This subtle disrespect thrives on its plausibility, but Stoicism calls us to discern patterns. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their sarcasm is external, your confidence is internal, a choice to value your work. Keep leading, letting the group's success speak. If their slights persist, perhaps another quip about your overzealous notes, set boundaries calmly, maybe redirecting focus to tasks without absorbing their scorn. Seneca advises, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Their jabs reflect their insecurity, not your worth, freeing you to rise above. Stoic Pulse urges us to see disrespect as a call to self-mastery. Let their slights fuel your resolve, not your doubt. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the next sign of hidden resentment. Sign 11, reclaiming peace with boundaries. As we near the culmination of our Stoic Odyssey, having fortified our dignity against the subtle barbs of disrespect, we now embrace a transformative sign of triumph over hidden resentment, reclaiming peace with boundaries. Those who resent your light often rely on your tolerance, expecting you to endure their slights without protest. By setting clear boundaries, you assert self-respect, halting their erosion of your spirit. This isn't confrontation, It's clarity, a Stoic act of guarding your soul. With Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus as our guides, we'll explore this power as Stoic Pulse empowers us to live unshaken. Imagine you're part of a volunteer tutoring program, dedicating evenings to help students. A fellow volunteer, perhaps envious of your impact, frequently dismisses your ideas, suggesting they're too idealistic in meetings. Their remarks chip away, tempting you to withdraw. Instead, you reflect, calmly address the pattern. I value collaboration, but these comments feel dismissive. Let's focus on the students and continue tutoring with passion. Your students thrive, and their dismissals fade, their resentment exposed as trivial. Seneca teaches, a good conscience is worth more than all the world's applause. Boundaries affirm your worth, not their approval. This act of boundary setting disrupts resentment's grip, as Stoicism calls us to protect our inner sanctuary. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their slights are external, your boundaries are internal, a choice to honor your purpose. Keep tutoring, letting your impact speak. If their dismissals persist, perhaps another slight in a meeting, reinforce boundaries calmly, maybe limiting interactions to essentials without carrying their scorn. Marcus Aurelius advises, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By standing firm, you reclaim peace, rendering their resentment powerless. Stoic Pulse urges us to see boundaries as loyalty to ourselves. Let their slights strengthen your resolve, not your doubt. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's uncover the final sign of hidden resentment. Sign 12, building true connections with awareness. As we reach the pinnacle of our Stoic Odyssey, having reclaimed our peace through boundaries against resentment's subtle assaults, we now embrace the culminating sign, building true connections with awareness. Those who resent your light thrive on discord, but by choosing relationships rooted in mutual respect, you transcend their shadows. This Stoic awareness, discerning who uplifts your spirit, forges bonds that honor your worth. With Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus as our guides, we'll illuminate this path as Stoic Pulse empowers us to live with clarity and purpose. Imagine you're part of a local music ensemble, pouring heart into your performances. A bandmate, envious of your talent, often undermines you with dismissive critiques. Instead of enduring their resentment, you calmly address it. I value our collaboration, but these remarks feel unfair. Let's focus on the music. They bristle, but you shift focus, connecting with bandmates who celebrate your contributions. The ensemble's harmony soars, and their negativity fades, their resentment revealed as petty. Epictetus teaches, you become what you give your attention to. Choose connections that nurture, not diminish, your light. This awareness transforms resentment's chaos into clarity, as Stoicism urges us to prioritize virtue in relationships. Seneca advises, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Their critiques reflect their struggle, not your talent. Keep performing, letting your music's beauty bind you to those who uplift. If their undermining persists, perhaps another slight during rehearsal, maintain boundaries, perhaps limiting personal interactions, while fostering ties with supportive peers. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By choosing who shares your journey, you build a circle of respect, rendering resentment powerless. Stoic Pulse calls us to cultivate connections that reflect our highest self. Let their resentment guide you to authentic bonds, not division. Subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic rules to navigate life's challenges. Comment inner peace to affirm this truth, and let's conclude our journey with the strength of Stoic awareness. Our Stoic journey through these 12 signs, from the weight of silent rejection to the clarity of true connections, reveals a profound truth. Hidden resentment, whether through dismissive silence or manipulative care, reflects others' struggles, not your worth. Each Stoic lesson, from guarding against subtle disrespect to setting boundaries, empowers you to rise above hostility with clarity and purpose. Whether facing a colleague's neglect or a friend's veiled jabs, you've learned to discern patterns, protect your peace, and choose relationships that uplift. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Anchor your thoughts in virtue and let resentment's shadows dissolve against your resolve. Stoic Pulse has illuminated these rules through Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offering tools to navigate life's challenges with resilience. As you move forward, carry this wisdom, see clearly, stand firm, and surround yourself with those who honor your light. This isn't about silencing others. It's about amplifying your inner strength, living unshaken by their discord. Your peace, forged in Stoic clarity, becomes a beacon, showing what's possible when you master what you control. If this journey stirred your soul, subscribe to Stoic Pulse for more Stoic wisdom to face life's trials with courage. Comment inner peace below to affirm your commitment to the Stoic path, joining a community dedicated to growth. Thank you for walking this road with me. Let's keep forging ahead, guided by the timeless teachings of Stoicism, building lives of purpose and unshakable calm.